Hey everybody, Scotty G here from ListenUp. I'm in our Denver showroom with Costa from SimAudio, the makers of Moon audio gear.
Hi everyone.
If you're a fan of Moon like we are, you're going to want to check this out. So how would you describe the Moon sound?
The Moon sound, Scotty, could best be described as a lack of coloration. We strive to design into all of our products the ability to recreate the musical performance the way the artist intended it, with a lack of coloration. And the adjectives that could perhaps best be used to describe that lack of coloration are dynamics. Dynamics meaning the lowest noise floor possible. In other words, music emerges from the blackest background that you can imagine. Accuracy, in that it's very easy to design a product to give you a particular type of coloration, however pleasant that coloration may be. We try to steer clear of that because a coloration, even if it's pleasant, is nonetheless a deviation from what the artist intended, and it is a distortion of the signal. So we try to steer clear of that and bring to you the sound exactly the way the musician wants you to hear it. So accuracy, dynamics, precision, tight, clean, extended bass, open, airy, high frequencies, and clear, excellent phase characteristics that give you a very clearly defined soundstage with good localization of instruments and vocals. In other words, a panoramic soundstage that you can almost visualize in front of you when you're listening to music.
Man, it's just like good food. You don't need to add any spices.
That's right.
Let's take a look at the Moon 680D Streaming DAC.
Thank you, Scotty. Now, the 680D Streaming DAC is an interesting DAC in our lineup because contrary to what some people may assume about it, which would be that it is sort of an improved version of the 390, that's not the case at all. The 680D takes its design entirely from the flagship 780D V2 and distills it down a little bit to reach a price level that is somewhere between the 390 and the flagship 780D V2. Design-wise, the 680D is purely a streaming DAC. Unlike the 390, which is also a preamplifier and has a phono stage built in and all of that, the 680D takes on a more purist approach. It uses a very high-end DAC architecture that's built around summing the outputs of 4 DACs for each channel, hence there's 8 DAC outputs, if you will, in its design, in a fully symmetrical or fully balanced configuration. And all of that is designed to reduce distortion and give you a higher degree of purity and accuracy in sound reproduction. In it is also our Mind 2 network streaming architecture, the exact same Mind 2 technology that you'll find in the 390, in the 280D, even in the Ace. But of course, in the higher end DACs, the performance scope is taken to the next level because of the rest of the design. The power supply design, the analog section, the DAC section is all obviously improved as you go up the line.
Yeah, it's an amazing piece. We use it here in the store. You know, one of the things I like about it is when you use the SimLink to connect it to the 740P preamp in our case, or any of the Moon integrated amplifiers, you can even control volume directly through the Mind app. You get used to that quick. All right, so the next stop on our Moon tour is a piece that's absolutely near and dear to many of us, man, the Moon 610 LP.
Yes, phono playback, playing back your records. It's a model and a category in general that's very dear to me too, because I also have a very elaborate vinyl setup at home, and I play a lot of records whenever I can. The 610 LP is our second from the flagship of our Phono Preamplifiers. And it is, of course, a fully balanced design. It's a large phono stage, weighs in at almost 40 pounds, with tons of adjustments all done from the underneath. You can really hone in on capacitance and loading and gain, and even the equalization curve can be modified. Now all these are technical parameters, but they're all essential in order to get the most out of your turntable setup if you have a high-end setup, and this becomes very important. The 610LP is part of our 600 and up level range of products, which is our upper level range. It can also be upgraded further through the addition of an external power supply that we make, which is a great feature because it protects the user's investment. Many people that purchase a 610LP and love it so much usually don't want or don't see the need to go even better. But if they do, the greatest thing that you can do to a 610LP is add the optional outboard power supply to it, which just kicks it up a notch even further. It's one of our more popular phono stages, for sure.
Yeah, it's a piece I added into my system and changed my life. You know, the 610LP just took my vinyl experience from what I've always known it to be to what I didn't believe it actually could be. The adjustments you can make on that really allow you to dial your turntable, your cartridge in. It's like tuning a sports car.
Absolutely, and the design of the 610LP, one of its hallmark sonic features, and it's a comment that we get from the field very often, is people say to us, I can't believe how quiet this phono stage is, because phono stages all have a certain amount of surface noise and you can generally hear it when you turn up the volume. The 610LP is no exception to that, but it's unusually quiet, quieter than most others, and people often say this to us. And now there's a little bit of a trade secret in terms of what we've done, but this particular design feature of the 610LP is also in the less expensive 310LP and even the 110LP V2, which for their respective price points are extremely quiet and dynamic phono stages.
Blacker than the dark side of the moon.
That's right. Another product that I would like to talk about is our 740p preamplifier. That is one of our top level preamps, and it is a very much a purist design. Fully balanced circuitry, for example, line level only, there's no phono stage built in. It has a plethora of analog inputs and outputs. Slim chassis, so it's relatively compact, very good looking product. Perfect mate for the 610LP phono stage, or any of our other products, if you will. 740p preamp also has the ability to be upgraded further by the same outboard power supply that you can use on the 610LP. So there's a nice upgrade path that the user has if they want to improve the performance scope to the next level, take it to the next level. 740p being one of our top line preamps, again, it's manufactured, of course, in our own factory. It comes in 3 different finishes, not just 2. You can get it in the very popular 2-tone. It's also offered in black or with an all silver front panel as well. So 3 different finish options are available for that product.
Yeah, it's a unit we have here on display in the store. So if you want to come take a listen to it, please do. We oftentimes have it paired with the 610LP. It's a captivating experience for sure. Now for the finale. The last stop on our Moon tour is the Moon 860A V2 Power Amplifier.
Thank you, Scotty. The 860A V2 Power Amplifier is the largest stereo amplifier that we offer. It boasts 225 watts per channel into 8 ohms, and that, thanks to its enormous power supply, can double down into 4 ohms. Now, the 860A V2 can also be used as a monaural power amplifier, putting out an enormous 800 watts RMS, which is a tremendous amount of power, Scotty. Now, despite all of that, all of these great specifications, the 860A V2 is a fully balanced amplifier, of course, with all of the design hallmarks that exemplify all of the Moon amplifiers that we make. It is in monaural mode, second only to our flagship 888 monaural power amplifiers, which are in a different league in their own. Now, the 860A V2 is fully dual mono, boasting 2 large transformers inside, and given its tremendous power output capability, which really is measured only by how well it can drive complex loudspeakers. So this is the type of amplifier that can bring really the best qualities out of the most demanding, expensive, high-performance loudspeakers available in the market today.
Costa, man, thank you so much for coming out and spending time with us. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Moon?
One of them is something that we call SimLink. Now, SimLink is a proprietary automation protocol that works within an ecosystem of Moon products. Remember earlier on at the beginning I said I defined what performance means for us. It means a plethora of different things. One of them is ease of use. It's a very important objective for us in order to provide the customer a system that, regardless of the price, should be a pleasure and simple to operate. And SimLink facilitates that. What SimLink is a connection that you do between the different components, and certain automated features that are built into our products all of a sudden come alive. And it makes a multi-component Moon system super easy to operate. Things like automatically selecting the right input when you hit play, turning the entire system on and off with the touch of a button. Even adjusting the display brightness on one component will automatically synchronize the brightness of the other components in the system. It's things like that. So that's a nice important feature, and it's built in and included with all of our products.
All right, that does it for our Moon Rundown, a tour of some of our favorite products that you can find here in our stores as well as ListenUp.com. We'll have links in the description as well as in our video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, crush that like button, and we'll have a lot more content coming your way. Thank you, everyone.